I just found out Taco Bell does birria right now, and I'm actually going to try it. Not because I think it's going to taste good, but because that's how expensive things have gotten. Gas prices are skyrocketing. Beef prices are through the roof. And didn't I spend $10 at McDonald's on that big arch? Meanwhile, Taco Bell's shredded beef dipping taco for $4 and change is actually sounding kind of tempting right now. This is Outrageous Foods, where I rate food based on taste, calories, and price. If you think all three should hit the subscribe button. And let's go to Taco Bell. P.S. I haven't been to Taco Bell since 1995, so pray for my colon. All right, at Taco Bell, first time in over 3 decades, which probably says a lot about how I've always viewed Taco Bell. Never been a favorite, never really been part of my fast food rotation when I went to fast food when I was in high school. But here I am. Let's talk about the numbers real quick. First numbers, this location. So ironically, I actually live near this Taco Bell, and I was like, oh, it probably isn't a good one. Turns out most Taco Bells all hover around 3.5-ish stars on Google Maps. This actually had the most reviews to earn 3.5, so decided to go to the Taco Bell in my own backyard. The shredded beef dipping taco, AKA beef birria taco, is $4.29. It's 285 calories. My guess is 2 would be a meal, but all it takes is 1 bite for me to really review this thing on taste, and we can do a little math to see if this taco isn't substantial enough to call it a meal. Now look, I'll just say it, I think Taco Bell tastes like ass. You know, it's low end, it's always been the cheapest fast food, but there's some promise here. There's some promise because their regular crunchy taco is $2. This taco is twice the price. So maybe it's a little more substantial, maybe it's a little more hefty, but also, you know, maybe they're doing something here. I mean, they are doing birria. And if you don't know, birria is a braised Mexican regional specialty. It originally was done with goat, then they started doing it with beef. It's actually become wildly popular thanks to social media, and apparently Taco Bell now realizes that they can make money off birria too, along with birria ramen, birria pizza. Birria kind of jumped the shark, but that's another video. All right, so look, birria is delicious, and maybe Taco Bell is actually doing something. At least the DNA of this is good. We'll see how the execution is. Also, like I said earlier, pray for my colon. So off I go into Taco Bell. First time in 31 years. You know what's crazy? I don't even think I dined in when I went to Taco Bell. I think it was a strict drive-through guy. So walked into the dining room. It's very interesting. You can still see the menu positioned above the counter when you would order from a person. But it's 2026, guys. You order at a kiosk. Flip through this thing like a freaking iPad, found the shredded beef dipping taco, just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? $4 and change. There she is, and it's not a looker. If you're wondering, that is a hard shell tortilla. More on that in a second. It totally shattered. Look, get ready for some surprises. It's a hard shell. I didn't expect that. At first, when I opened this up, I was like, this is huge. But then you actually look at it, you know, it's modest. And this sauce is not the consomme you get when you have birria. This is one of those sauces that's like Mexican food. Let's just throw human at it. All right. I'm surprised immediately. I have so many mixed feelings. The meat on here is surprisingly, I mean, look, I'm not gonna tell you you can't pull this off the slow cooker, but it's good. It's better than that sketch ground beef that I remember having from Taco Bell back in the day. Beef is surprisingly, dare I say, beefy. How do I feel about the crunchy shell vibe? I'm not mad at it. Calorie-wise, pretty solid. This doesn't feel like a gut bomb. Yeah, if you had 2 of these, pretty cool. I think part of me says you can only have so much Taco Bell, but straight up, this is really not that bad. It really isn't that bad at all. I can't believe it. Yeah, it's weird. Birria is something that's the foodies, the food nerds will say it's overdone, overplayed, but it's still good. I've had way worse things, you know, in your face, Jack in the Box.
I'll say this. If I was at a untrustworthy Mexican restaurant at the airport and I got this, I'd be like, I think I ordered well. Maybe I need to try that crunch wrap next. This bodes well for a good score. I can't believe it. What's wrong with me? More importantly, what's going to go wrong with my colon later?
Let's just get right down to the brass tacks. The bottom line is the shredded beef dipping taco at Taco Bell's not that bad. Running down the numbers for taste, I gave it a 6.8 out of 10. Look, this thing's not exemplary, and there are much better birria tacos to be had in actual taco trucks that specialize in birria. But it did taste good. For calories, this is probably the highest score I have for the whole thing. I gave it a 7.1 out of 10. That thing was like 285 calories, which isn't that bad. Now, I will say this. You're probably going to want to have 2 to call it a meal, but it was semi-substantial as a snack right there. So I would say, okay, 2 of those, that would count as a meal, and that would take you at around 500 to 600 calories. It's kind of like Big Mac territory. Not that bad. It's the theme of this episode. Finally, for price, I'm giving it a 5.8 out of 10. Here's the thing. When you actually add up what would be a meal having the shredded beef dipping taco at Taco Bell, actually you're talking about spending around $9. And man, you just say the words $9 at Taco Bell, you expect like a crap ton of food. And that was kind of a reasonable amount of food. So good on calories, good on taste, kind of pricey, which starts to make sense when you think about it and you check out the rest of these food reviews and how the numbers work. So the total score was 19.7 out of 30. Look, I'll say it, I was expecting to eat ass and tear ass after eating at Taco Bell, and it literally wasn't that bad. I did have a touch of gas later, but I also had a lot of beer and pizza the night before. So the shredded beef dipping taco, birria inspired from Taco Bell, is, I think, worth it. Taco Bell, you know what? 4th meal, I'd consider it, but maybe after my next colonoscopy. This is Outrageous Foods. If you dug this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Gonna ask you a question. Do you do Taco Bell? Should I try the crunch wrap? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.